My parents founded the company in 1962, and my father was building instruments in the kitchen, and my mother was typing on a typewriter the descriptions how to use instruments. These were osmometers in the first place, and well, a lot of time has passed since then, and we could celebrate the 50th anniversary of Knauer last year. So technology has boosted in the meantime, and this concerns our products, but of course the world around us. So time is never standing still, and it's really fun to see how things progress.
Yeah, and I think I can talk about the last 7 years, that from the late last decade in 2006 and 2007 to now, we have increased the company both from the number of people working here from like in the 80s to about 120. So we have also changed the way we do business as compared to earlier. We have to have processes in place which we have to follow, and also the products that we are developing, I believe, have become more complex over time. So actually it requires more time to come up with a new product as compared to the early days when your father basically could do the whole job on his own.
Yeah, and nowadays we look more thoroughly into aspects like innovation and also corporate social responsibility. We have more focus on that than in the years before, and the activities we have there are more structured, so that we really look for progress in these fields. I started to work in the company at a time when the company was not doing so well. So my first motivation to work with Knauer and to work here in the analytical field was to preserve the company. And then I really found that it's fun and that it's the right thing for me. And I identify very much with the company nowadays, and I cannot imagine anything else.
For me, my driving force is to change things, to change people, to make them grow, and also to make products develop from a simple idea to the ready-to-use product for the customers. So this is what I like, that every day there's something new here at Knauer, and I enjoy to work with people who are as enthusiastic as the two of us to really want to make good things happen and to bring this new things, this value to our customers. And that's always when we, for instance, attend or go to a trade show and have a new product, to see how the people respond to these new ideas. That's what I like best.
And we enjoy very much working together.
Yeah.
There's a very good fit.
That's true.
We have been working for
almost 7 years.
7 years now, and we have the same ideas. We want to make things different, and we want to progress. We know that things cannot stay the same, and we always pull on the same rope.
Yeah, that's important. Well, when it all started some 4 years ago, we met at a fine restaurant, some of our distributors and us from Knauer, and I was changing ideas with a guy from Saudi Arabia, I think, and he told me that he likes to cook just like myself, and I wondered whether we have to go to restaurants if we can have so much more fun cooking together. And from that moment on, we had this idea, and we thought that maybe we want to do some cooking together. So the next year, I think it was, we had an event within this 1 week of dealers meeting where we had recipes from all over the world, from the distributors and from Knauer, and we prepared the dishes together and then enjoyed it. And that was so much fun that we repeated it from this year on several times. And beyond that, we thought that maybe we can also put these recipes together with the information from the people who gave us the recipes.
With the little stories behind the
exactly,
recipes.
Story.
If it's from the grandmother or...
And that was also the major point about the recipes. We didn't want to have standard recipes, but only recipes with which there's a story connected. Some friends that had delivered it, or from generations before. So something that you would not find in the internet or anywhere in a book. Now that we had this idea, we worked almost a year to make this happen, and it was a big success. We published it, and many distributors enjoyed it, and it was also for the customers and for partners, other companies. I recall one story of a guy who said, "Yes, thank you for this present. I didn't think much of it, but when I opened it, I was lost, and for an hour I was just reading your book, and I find it so impressive." So it really had a big impact, and it also shows that Knauer is not any kind of company that you see in our community, but something special.
Yes,
Who
there
would think
are people
of
behind it, people behind
people
the
behind-
recipes.
Yeah, and also stories
Yeah.
about the nations from where we collected the recipes. So yes, we think of doing it again, maybe in 2 years with new recipes, and maybe also with customers.
And if I may add, we do not only cook with our distributors on a regular basis, we also cook here in the company with the employees. We have little teams of about 6 people, changing teams, and they cook for about, they prepare meals for 100 people. We have one person here who's very experienced and who can organize that so that the meal is warm and really tastes great. And we always enjoy that. It's fun for everybody.
It depends on the setting. For instance, if I go home to Hamburg, we have a kind of repeating setting that we go to a little Italian restaurant, and I enjoy having just noodles with tomato soup and a good glass of red wine. Not a complex recipe behind it, but it gives me this feeling of going home in a nice setting with my people, with my family, and also the people in the restaurant who have become friends. If I do cook, I tend to have more complex things. Not so much with meat, but more on the vegetarian style of fish. I enjoy coming from the sea. I enjoy doing recipes with fish.
Okay, and I was just getting afraid you would say the same thing that popped up in my mind, the same dish. I enjoy very much lasagna at home. Well, it helps us and also the employees feeling good and liking to work at Knauer. We feel a little bit like a big family. We think that it's important to care, not only if projects are finished well, but also how is everybody doing, what kind of problems, also private problems may people have, and how maybe can we help that things work out, and this is also important, and to see the human beings everywhere. And I also I'm very convinced that it's more fun to work when you know the people well, when you know how everybody's feeling, when you try to help out. It's just good, and people say that here at Knauer we have a very good working climate and atmosphere. People are friendly and open and helpful, and that this is really special. It is not just a little bit of that, but people who visit us, they are impressed when they leave the house.
Yeah, I think that's also what I believe. For instance, in our relationship, I like it that it's way beyond the mere business relationship. If, for instance, I have a private issue, I'm sure that I can always come with that problem to Alexandra, and she will understand and help me getting along with that. So it's really like, for me, coming from a different city and also traveling a lot between Hamburg and Berlin, like an extended family. I feel really at home here.
Yes, and we have open doors when people want to talk to us.
Yeah, the same is true for our co-workers, that they can come with their problems to us.
Well, many customers, of course, has the problem that they don't have any money. If you see the crisis in Europe, the countries in the south, they have a lack of money and cannot invest. So they are probably very unhappy about that.
Also, we see that customers, of course, do not want to purchase equipment in the first place, but they want to get answers to their questions. They have a certain application task at hand, and the solution is what they really want. So we have to invest into understanding their problems, to work in the lab more often, and then offer this total solution to them. And of course, the bigger the company, the more people you have to really attack this problem. But once we have done that, we find that those customers are really close to us, so they will come back with their issues when we have done a good job. But also, of course, it costs time, and that's money for us to get a sale done. On the other hand, there's less and less time on customer side to solve their problems, so they really delegate their issues to us and expect the solution very fast and inexpensive as compared to earlier days. So this seems to be a big challenge to then meet these demands from the market.
Knauer is a German company, and compared with other companies in the HPLC business, we are quite small, but still we have ambitions that we will be very well known everywhere in the world. And yes, we want to provide eco-friendly systems and with high quality, of course. That is our goal for the future. And especially in the field of continuous chromatography, we have a lot of new products in the pipeline and want to be stronger there in the future.
Also, one of our major targets is to break in new markets with existing products or slightly changed products, but these markets will be outside the standard HPLC market. That is to really rely our business on several fields than just looking at the HPLC market.
One example there are the pumps.
The dosing, everything related to dosing.
We are excellent with pumps. We have a lot of experience there. These are high pressure pumps with very high precision, and they can not only be used in the HPLC market, and that is of interest for us. We have won quite a number of prizes because we are a successful company, and we are structurized, and we are focused on our goals. And one issue that is getting more important in the past years is that it is appreciated that we do not only look at making profit, but that we look further, and that we are very much engaged in social affairs and what is called corporate social responsibility. We think that is important, and we have done a lot there in this field.
If we look at prizes or awards for innovation, I understood from the jury behind this that they always admired special things that only Knauer had. For instance, like this idea of cooking together with distributors, so to exchange ideas in a more playful way.
And building personalities.
Building personalities comes along with that. If I look at the awards for you, for the owner of the company, I believe it's that you showed to the community that it's being successful is more than just looking at the profit. So you bring a very personal style, as you said earlier in the interview, that you really take care of your people, like a big family. And this is, I believe, makes a difference in the field. And I enjoy working with Alexandra because of that.